Our community, they can disappear for a year and come back and just pick up right back where they started. My name is Megan Everett. I'm the Community Director and Live Ops at Digital Extremes working on Warframe. The way Warframe works is we have the live version of the build, obviously active all the time. That's where the player base is, that's where they're talking to us, playing the game, playing the new update, and being in the live ops sphere is just making sure that live build is taken care of, while behind the scenes, we're making the next thing. I remember when I first started, we were very limited on even the platforms we were on. We hadn't started streaming yet, and it was very much forums-based and in-game chat. And through that, obviously, we built the relationships that we have now with all of these players that want to see us and attend virtually at home, which is obviously also incredible. But over the years, we've fostered this kind of relationship, a very human relationship, I feel like, with our players. Once we started streaming and really getting into that one-to-one, like instant reaction to people in chat, I feel like that's when we really took off in terms of our community seeing us as people and wanting to almost like befriend us and us wanting to befriend them. And even being in this space, like I can walk through a hallway and I recognize people. I recognize people that have come to Tennocons or other conventions, or I recognize them and their alias. I'm like, oh, I've played with you on a primetime before, and it's just seeing that makes me really proud of what we've done over 11 years. And I always have that paranoia that no one's going to show up, or this year no one's going to care, or maybe they're not interested this year in 1999 or whatever it is we're going to show. But when I see people lined up outside, like I was driving to work this morning super early to get to work, and there was already a line outside, and I was like, oh my God. I remember it's always been in this space. It's always been in this RBC Convention Center, and I remember the first one was literally just this room we're in now. We didn't have the downstairs space. We didn't have any of the little individual rooms outside, nothing. It was very, will people come? Fingers crossed. And when we realized that people did want to come and just hang out with us and see what we were gonna do, every year we've just tried to make it bigger and bigger. And this year, obviously, it's the biggest it's ever been. We have an outside space. We've taken over the parking lot. So it's grown, and it's really special that, we're able to kind of bring all these people to London and kind of, in a way, give back to the city that has been DE's home for over 30 years now. When you look at Warframe, it's 11 years of content. When we show 1999, if you're a new player going into it, you're like, oh, I want to play that right now. But then you realize there's a path to get there that you do have to do to understand the story understandably. And if it's an 11-year story, there's going to be some downtime for you to get there. But we have tried really hard, especially over this past year, to really streamline the new player experience. We've added literal things in-game for our quest line specifically, because we do know that people want to play what the new thing is that we're putting out. So like, how do we get them there the fastest? And it's really about, we have many quests and many avenues in Warframe, but what's the direct route and how can we get you there? And the game will actually tell you what the best way is to get to the newest content. Having just launched recently this year on iOS, we know that's a whole new player base, that's a whole new platform, and we really want to make sure that they're taken care of as well and that they can have the same experience. I think what we've always appreciated about the Warframe community and understood is that because it is a large game, 11 years of content, we understand when people take breaks and need to play other games or just take a break from Warframe. And I feel like our community, they can disappear for a year and come back and just pick up right back where they started. They recognize our faces because it's the same people all the time on the dev streams, on the prime times, and it's just, to me, I feel like Warframe to players feels like home, and that they can just come back to it when they've taken a break and played other games and maybe had really great fun with other games, but they can always come back to Warframe, and there's always going to be something new to play. We're never stagnant. So when they come back to their little home orbiter and it's their same Warframe that they left with a year ago, they can just pick right up where they left.